Kids going through a transitional time, these are people who are going to become like the future of our city or our nation or our world. And to me, that's really important. I found that art has helped me convey a lot of ideas that are otherwise difficult to explain or describe. So I wanted to give that opportunity to kids that may be finding it difficult to be in a position in their life that they didn't think they would be in. So it's kind of, my hope is that it's giving them connections to their community in Gainesville, but it's also giving them a voice and giving them hope and a vision for possibilities that maybe they would have otherwise not considered. Ignite Refuge is part of the Ignite Church campus. They're a church that has made a space for activities and shelter and living and eating for these kids that are in transition. So there's not a foster home available that can take on a new kid, or they've gone from, they're going from one house to another, or maybe they're on probation and have to go back to DJJ. Then they will be brought here and given shelter while the state kind of figures out what are we going to do with this child if they are newly taken away from their families. So these are kids who are either up for adoption or they've just freshly been taken from their caregivers or parents, and they're waiting court dates. So these are the kids that I'm working with, and one thing that we do when we come into class is, it's just, I ask them immediately, how was their week? I mean, I think it's more important. For me, art is just a segue into giving them a support system. These kids have to go through a lot of hoops and a lot of things to help them heal, like therapy and whatnot. So we come into class and we talk, of course, and probably the whole class, and then we do demos and of whatever material we're using that day, and then we just really jump into it. And I don't try to give them too much of a boundary of, too many rules about what they can and can't do. I just kind of let them explore the material. And because a lot of these kids have never done art, or they tell me they've never done art, they tell me they can't draw. And then when they come into class, they're, heads down and they're working and they're doing things that I didn't expect them to do. So that's been exciting for me to see, and I hope that when we're gonna have an exhibition June 9th. I hope that when that happens, that is exciting for them to see their work in a gallery on the walls and people appreciating it and asking them questions about it. And I hope that they get a sense of pride. A lot of these kids are working with a lot of self-doubt, and it doesn't stem from the fact that they don't think they can draw. It stems from dealing with a lot. They're dealing with some of them come out of some, really rough things. So my goal, one kid, she was like, I don't draw. And by the time she left here, she was telling the other kids, you gotta try new things. You gotta open up your mind and try new things. And she was doing awesome. So I really miss having her here. But when I see that happen, it really excites me, because she went from being really reluctant to even interact with the class to encouraging the other kids and making a piece of artwork every time she came in.